Hi, I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com, and today we're going to do a video review and install of the all-new Driven Racing fuel cap assembly. The minute I saw pictures of this thing, I wanted it for my bikes, but I had a question. I called the guys at Driven and I said, does this cap vent properly? The word from the top was yes it does. They've tested it street and track and it worked. The reason I asked is I've used other replacement gas caps that did not vent properly. So I'd end up having to drill a little hole in the cap, right? So it would vent okay and there wouldn't always be pressure in there, and that was just fine. Until one day I had a little tip over, you know it happens, you crash, and the damn bike's laying there and a little bit of gas came out and my bike caught on fire, and the corner worker, thank God, was close with an extinguisher. It was like almost a no damage situation, but he came over and put it out. That sucked a lot, okay? So, let's move on to this cap. I'm gonna install it, I'm gonna ride it this weekend, and I'll put some feedback on the YouTube channel and let you guys know whether or not I noticed any issues with the venting. Let's have a look at the cap. First off, packaging, Driven kicks butt. Great job packaging. Seems like a small thing, but what it means is you get your stuff in the condition you expect it, which is brand new and unscratched. Let's go ahead and open up the clamshell. This is the cap assembly. Each piece is sold separately. The reason behind that is we have different bike models and different color cap assemblies. Look at this bad boy. I mean, this is just flipping gorgeous in my opinion. I love the machining detail in here. And get this part here is what comes in different colors. We've got them on the site, take a look. The base assembly, once again, nice packaging. And it's even shrink wrapped. Most importantly, it comes with some instructions. Driven takes the time to show you which tools you're going to need, gives you a recommended torque setting, a list of instructions. It also shows you an exploded view of the parts included. For this cap, we need to make sure you have all the required parts for installation. Basically, make sure everything came in the package as it should. We're going to remove the stock cap and locate the vent hole, see reverse image. This is the important part. We've got Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha. I don't know if you can get this or not, Josh, but there is a picture that shows where to put this hose in each manufacturer's motorcycle, which is sweet. All right, now we're ready to install our cap base. That's where it all starts. Most important thing is do not kink this hose, right? I'm gonna look at my diagram here. It shows for Yamaha, I need to utilize this hole for my vent hose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a minute here. I'm going to look at this and find what's the best way for me to route this so that I'm not kinking the hose. Go ahead and slide that hose in here, and ultimately what I would like to do is I would like to run the hose around the back side of the fuel cap because there's the most room there, and install it like so. Okay, and that lines up with the 3 bolt holes and the filler neck for the tank. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the cap up a little bit. I'm going to slide my seal in, and I'm going to go ahead and get it set down onto the tank surface. Once again, the key component of this was making sure that hose did not get kinked. And the way I've got it in there, it is completely out of the way. There's good spacing in there. It's not being pinched at all. Very important that you check that. From here, it's gravy train, right? We're going to use 4mm Allen. Go ahead and get the bolts started. You want to run them all down pretty evenly. Driven has a torque spec on there. Right? If you don't have a ton of experience with hand tools, use a torque wrench. It's never a bad thing. I've been wrenching on stuff for 20 years, got a pretty good feel for torque. So I'm going to go without it. What I like to do is get them all down finger tight, and then kind of run them all down nice and evenly. You don't need to go wild on these. They're not huge fasteners. Get them all seated. Pressure on that fuel gasket there. Okay, looks good, sits in the hole nice and even. Now what I'm going to do is go around, just give each one nice even snug. Check them. And now, let's go ahead and get the cap on, finish the job up. Man, this is closes nice and tight. I like what they've done here, because I lay on the tank, right, when I'm on the track, I like how this surface is really rounded, so you're not really going to feel this a lot. You're not going to have some odd handle poking up and getting you in the chest. Easy on, easy off. It's got a nice positive engagement and disengagement. And I'm sure that probably gets a little easier as time wears on. All in all, what do I think? I think it's gorgeous. It's well made. I'm excited to see if the venting system works as designed. I'm sure that it will, but like I said, check back on the YouTube channel. I'll put down in the comments section whether or not I had any issues with it. I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com. This is the all-new Driven fuel cap assembly.